fraud victims. And now in Crawford, they are actually into defrauding people, romance scams, and doing a whole lot of things in US. No, I say almost soon. Say this popular person, it's more or less that US has been on his neck as far as this frauding and romance scams are concerned. Abu Trica, they've not left him cry. They let him go on bail. They were still kind of doing some investigations about his case to make sure that he's actually innocent. So a number of them, they've actually convicted them on a whole lot of issues. Some of them romance scams, and now some of the romance scams, almost energy is directed towards these foreigners and Americans here, in their old age. So they kind of scam them. They use AI generated content. Some of them use a whole lot of ways. So or a bear man or a fraud person, not why I know what to say, or your bar send a victim me a bear man. So or a bear man so and not why or your ban. So I know I know what to say, Bema, all in the intent of scamming some of these individuals. So it's more or less like a number of them as at now. Almost why a shipa, I mean, U.S. Department of Justice and Sakawa in the coming days, they would actually be convicted. So, Fraud Division announces federal state participation in Ohio to prosecute fraud. Or to also say federal and state prosecutors charge 9 defendants for over 42 million in fraud. 3 fraudsters detained this week in connection with separate $15 million scheme. FBI announces the creation of most wanted fraudsters list. So, summary, the U.S. Department of Justice, about 9 people are, said these people are involved in some sort of romance scams, frauding of people. And it will surprise you to know that a number of them are actually Ghanaians. Summary, in relation to these issues that are about fraud and romance scams. And what they do is actually to take advantage of foreigners and people, particularly from US, by defrauding them. Now, for romance scams, kakas on your screen says a number of them are some US departments and in the coming days almost soon yet also there's actually a communique to this effect. Nimpa channel, Nidin, and then the age and what exactly they did. In the northern district of Ohio, Jamal Abubakar, aka Jamal Abubakar, aka Arrangement. So Jamal Abubakar in the nickname Arrangement, already 22 years. Or Accra, say Anofia Accra. Kamal Abubakar, aka Kamal Lancaster, already 22 years. Onunsu Frigana has Amanda Joy Opoku, aka Joy Kesi Bierman. Onunso Yensa Kano. So 53 were ordered detained this week in connection with over 15 million romance scam that defrauded over 130 victims across the United States. Frederick Kumi, aka Emmanuel Kojo Ba Obeng, Nidin Edi Abu Trica. So Abu Trica Nidin Ankasa Emmanuel Kojo Oba Obeng, wedi 31 years. Onunso Free Swedro. Ewa Ghana has say Daniel Yusuf onunso nickname Slab onunso di 31 years onunso fi Accra has say awaiting extradition. Some media, it's more or less like some Crofway, a number of them in Ghana has say in the coming days no almost so as far as fraud case and then romance scams are concerned. Also, the investigation highlights the successful collaboration between numerous international and national partners, including the Ghana Attorney General's Office, Economic Organized Crime Office, Yoko, Ghana Police Service, and Ghana Cyber Security Authority, Ghana Narcotics Control Commission, Ghana Financial Intelligence Center, Ghana Immigration Service, Ghana National Intelligence Bureau, DEA is a sensitive investigations unit, Department of Homeland Securities, Department of Justice, Office of International Affairs, U.S. Department of State, FBI, Washington. Summary, all these people, it was more or less like a collaboration between them to make sure that some of these victims are actually investigated to make sure that what they are accusing them of, no, they are actually responsible for what they are accusing them of. So some way it's more or less like Abu Trica. The investigations, no, so the investigations leveled him actually guilty of what exactly he's been accused of. So according to the allegations in the 3 indictments from about July 2024 to April 2026, the defendants targeted old Americans on dating websites and social media platforms to engage in romance fraud schemes. They employed advanced techniques, including artificial intelligence-driven video platforms, to engage victims under the fictitious female personas. After being misled by false stories, the victim sent money via wire transfer to financial accounts controlled by conspiracy members, which were further transformed to co-conspirators in Ghana and elsewhere. The operation involves search and arrest operations in Ghana, assets seized and estimated to amounts of over $3 million and include a Lamborghini, Tesla, and Cybertruck, Mercedes-Benz, and BMW. So it means that some way these people know how they operate. ASA, they kind of use AI generated videos into say only America crap, why you be forced to believe that this person is actually in America. And a number of them are from Ghana. What they do is that they target some Americans as a kakra. Most of them, no, they are of age. Then they scam them. Said they should send money through a particular account. Then they send them. So according to investigation, U.S. Department of Justice, they would be able to deal with them very well. So the investigation highlights a successful collaboration between numerous international and national partners, including the Ghana Attorney General's Office, so a number of international partnerships, and now there was some sort of collaboration between FBI and MAFIA, so some security agencies, Ghana, as a talk of Iyoko, and the Ghana Police Service, and then Narcotic Control, Financial Intelligence Center. So they did that collaboration to make sure, say, so to us, say, the Department of Justice remains committed to dismantling complex international cyber fraud networks and protecting U.S. citizens from financial exploitation. Assistant United States Attorney Brian Dognott and Elliot Morrison of the U.S. Attorney Office of the Northern District of Ohio are prosecuting the case. So it means that after this collaboration, these people are defrauded people to get money from them, scam them romantically. So after that collaboration, it's more or less like they've done enough investigations to make sure that they'll actually be persecuted. I say to enhance the fight against healthcare fraud, program fraud, and other fraud schemes, the FBI today announced the Most Wanted Fraudsters program to publicize fugitive fraudsters. The FBI recognizes the need for public assistance in tracking fugitives. Apprehensions of the 10 most wanted fugitives have been the result of the citizen recognition of the 10 most wanted fugitives publicly. The FBI, Department of Justice, and other law enforcement partners are committed to using every means available to apprehend the most wanted fraudsters. On April 7th, the Department of Justice announced the creation of National Fraud Enforcement Division, Fraud Division. The Fraud Division is laser focused on investigation and prosecuting those who committed fraud against American people. So coming from US, it's more or less like all energy is currently directing towards people who fraud Americans with the intent of getting money from them, with the intent of making them transfer their assets to them and all that. Or say, the indictment and information of complaint is merely an allegation, and all defendants are presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond reasonable doubt in the courts of law. So some way there, it's more or less like after gathering all the information in relation to these fraudsters and scammers, no issue in some way there, call law. Courts, they would have to find a lawyer to make sure that they're actually innocent. But some way there, if all this research they've done about them is actually in the right order, it's more or less like Omasun Ebeye Shipan. So that coming from the United States of America, almost a number of fraud victims. They fraud people, they scam people in the aspect of romance scams. No, it's more or less like almost some way the United States of America. So that's coming from the United States of America. Publicizing a number of Ghanaians, Trica, some others they scam Americans. They are of age, and they use this AI, they use computer to scam them. After scamming them, they make sure that they kind of transfer their assets or transfer money to a particular account. So some way it's more or less like so they would have to go to the courts to prove themselves innocent, and then if not, they'll actually be put behind bars. Yet once